NAMA or outside NAMA. But the fact of the matter is that these, at least NAMA as at today, the ministry as at today, is insisting that every standard rule must be followed, whoever it is. There's nobody to be spared. Unless a new regulation is made that these categories of people should not subject themselves to standard aviation rules. Then we begin a new chapter.
Now you're talking about rules. Quickly, let's talk about adequate reward system as well as meting out proper sanction as a way of correction. How can we go about all of that? Because if you say someone once was so powerful to have come to reprimand someone who was carrying out his professional duty, I think looks like those that are almost like him or who are like him looking up towards him can't actually function properly in a place like that, knowing for what has become of the man who was supposed to be professionally upright.
Yeah, I agree perfectly well. Eventually the man, having been transferred to Yola, eventually left the system. But like I say, he was managing the flagship. So before you manage the flagship, which is Murtala Mohammed International Airport, and the zones, the region around it, you have to be top in FAN airport management system. And that was the man. He left to Yola, and from Yola he left. For some time, he managed by Courtney Airport, the MM2, before he, left doing this thing. But these are, you see, this is why politicians, those who practice politics, should be made to know that this is not what to do. It is, and unfortunately, it's a pity, it's not a question of mentioning the name of the minister who did it. I always like to take a shot at people who are sitting and looking at me, not when they are somewhere, okay? But that is what happened. But this is one experience that staff get when they try to stick to the rules. And so the reward system will be within the organizations. You never know what the organizations will do. If I were the MD of the man in Benin, I'll give him a bonus. The man in Akure, I'll give a bonus.
But before that bonus, because some of the accounts published, one of the accounts here is that that's of the managing director, as the OAS helicopters, Mr. Everett Naji. When he was contacted, according to this publication, says he was still in shock. He's making calls to find out why NAMA clerk would ground the aircraft. And then you have the account of the pilot who said he was shocked. And so, if all of these persons say they are all shocked and surprised, because for an aircraft that was already airborne, as the report is said to have, then it was recalled.
Yeah, the aircraft was not, from the information available, it was not airborne.
Okay.
It was told to come to the airport and file a flight plan. It was not airborne, it was at government house. He was told, please come and file the flight plan. He said, I'm carrying a governor. I'm carrying a governor. Okay. And the air traffic control came down and went to meet him in the aircraft to do it in respect to the governor. He doesn't have to do that. And you can file flight plan online.
Yeah, but for them to have expressed shock and surprise, something is wrong.
Let me tell you, something is wrong. It depends on where something
either
is wrong.
From both ways, either from NCA, or NAMA, or the operators.
Like I say, AOS has been there for a long time. Naji, I know, quiet, humble man. But when something happens in a manner that you're enclosed in politics, the first thing to do is to look for escape route. I feel shocked. Are you shocked? You may be shocked that your pilot did not file a flight plan. Are you shocked that your pilot did not have manifest? I think he should be shocked that the pilot didn't fly a flight plan, that he didn't have a manifest, because these are standard rules. And if you run an airline and you find your pilot did this, you should be shocked. Shocked at the pilot, not at the person who demanded that these things should be done. Okay, pilot is shocked that 7 years operating, he doesn't know that he should have a flight plan. He doesn't know that he should have passenger manifest. Pilot is shocked at his own incompetence. That's my take. He should be shocked that he ever did this. That's my take on this.
And most people are just curious and wondering, if all the other VIPs, I mean, if their pilots have all been doing the right thing so far, how come these are the only stories we're beginning to hear?
Yeah, well, we don't know what has happened before and which, but you can see two different scenarios. Look at Tamboa's aircraft. It did the right thing. Look at the other aircraft. It didn't do the right thing. So some of them must be doing the right thing. There are others who may have been doing the wrong thing. But I think these things have sent signals to them. Any one of them know today that the people in place, the government in place, or the administration in place is not going to take the type of thing that has been happening before. And so they should get themselves ready. But I think that NAM also should take the next step, take another step, even if it means costing it anything, to put absolutely in public domain all the protocols, all the procedures required for this flight operation, so that even here at channels, you have the information. It's clear. Anybody comes to tell you stories of this thing, you can raise relevant questions.
Plus
even
passenger
the media.
rights
Yes.
at the airport.
Yes, rights
what
and
to
everything.
expect.
Yes, rights. The passenger rights is in the domain of NCAA. I think that when the new substantive DG of NCAA is appointed, the issue of passenger rights and economic relations must be an area of focus, because that's an area of abuse.
Okay. All right. Even though Mitchell will say, you guys don't forget to tackle the issue of unemployed indigenous pilot, but who knows?
Well,
a different chapter entirely.
No. Mitchell is correct. We can't tackle the unemployed indigenous problem of unemployed indigenous pilots if our airlines are not expanding. I think that is why some of us who have supported flotation of new carrier, whether it's Nigeria 1 or Nigeria 2, is the idea to generate employment so that our pilots, we have many of them engineers, young engineers who have left school, they have no place to work in. And we need to create employment for them. So Mitchell, we are with you, and I'm sure the ministry is also with you.
Yeah.
Try to create employment.
All right, thank you for coming on, Chris Aligbe, an aviation expert, looking at some of these developments in the aviation sector. We'll return in just a moment here. Please join us again.
Mega Phrases Limited.
This is a public service announcement from the Future Project in association with the Youth Office of the African Union. What is the future?
Yeah, the future is
the future. The future is. I think the future is.
The future is
www.thefutureafrica.com/awards. The Future Awards. Inspiration begins here.
All right then, talking about police reforms today, Innocent Chukuma joins us, and he's a criminologist and also now with a regional representative of 4